In January, we had the Heroes event for 3 months, and my goal was to speak Spanish fluently by the 3 month period. But I was I didn't do my homework, and I didn't reach that goal. But because of the challenge, I said that by the end of this year, I'll speak Spanish no matter what. Pastors, they came from LA conference, and they're like, we need someone who will go to Colombia to study there for 3 months. And they asked me if I want to go, and I was like, of course I want to go. And they're like, do you want to think about it? I'm like, Pastor, I was praying about it for years, and you're asking me if I want to think about it. It's definitely yes. I'm gonna go. I don't have to think about it. My dreams that I had for years, they start happening like this in the moment. Um, it was like so fast and so unreal. After 3 months of being in Colombia, even before completing the 3 month period, I started speaking Spanish. It was so interesting because for me right now it's harder to speak in English than Spanish. I had an opportunity to go to the university there, and the best thing that happened to me there is that I got the job. I'm going back to Colombia for a year. I'll be back every month to California, and then after a 1 year period, I'll be working, still continue working with that job here in California, and I'll be traveling to Colombia once in a while, and also I'll be traveling to other countries. I paid for my own ticket. My family helped me a little bit, and actually a lot. And I spent about $3,500 on that trip.
One time when I was 8, my parents' friends came over, and they had a little girl, and she had long, like blonde hair, like past her hips, and they would never cut it. We decided to go in the room and play haircut, and me and Amanda chopped off all her hair, like short and chunks everywhere. And that was my first haircut. Then when I was about 12 years old, my mom had a hairstylist that just kept coming over every Sunday and did her hair and her makeup and everything. And I would always just watch and just like check it out. And I just decided that like I like to do this and I want to do this. This lady from our church came up, and she was wondering. She said that she knows that I do hair, and she was wondering if I would want to cut and color her hair and just practice on her. And I just said okay. I just took every like opportunity I saw, and I just took it because I didn't want to miss out. So I remember the first time she asked me to color her hair, she just gave me this thing of color and had no idea what I was doing. And I just poured it on her head somehow, and it turned out. Then she asked me to cut her hair, and I was so scared to cut her hair because I didn't want to tell her I never cut anybody's hair in my life. And so what I did is I just took a few strands and I just snipped them, got them a little bit shorter. She asked me for layers. I'm like, it's gonna be like a natural look today. And then Heroes happened. I decided that I want to do it, and so I set a goal to do 90 clients in 90 days. And for me, that was like a really big goal because before Heroes, I had like only a few clients, and like maybe like 4 or 5 clients, and that was not stable. I remember every single time that like my dad or somebody would like want to be like, oh, this is my son, he likes to do hair or something. I would always change the subject right away, or like go somewhere, change the subject, because I was really like afraid. I felt like so awkward, and I wanted to get away. But Heroes like completely took me out of my comfort zone, and because it was like filmed and it was like in front of the church, and completely like just brought it out there whether I liked it or not. So I didn't have a lot of experience, so I just kept doing it. So people would come in and ask for some kind of haircut or some kind of color, and I never told anyone I can't do something. Like if they would ask me, can you do these kind of highlights or this kind of haircut, I was like afraid to say no, and I just wanted to take every challenge. So I would always say, yes, I can do it, and I would just like practice on them the first time, except I never told them. And I recently did a photo shoot for a luxury magazine. I went to the International Grand Ball down in San Francisco. We were doing this thing down there, and I met this lady that does jewelry for Dancing with the Stars, and I just met her, and I ended up talking. We ended up somehow talking about hair, and she told me about how she's doing a photo shoot next week. So, and she pretty much just, I showed her my portfolio and told her a little bit about me. And so she hired me. So this year I had about 10 weddings altogether, but the year is not over, so I don't know yet. So it took a lot of time and money, like the chair. Um, this was like a few $100s. Scissors start at a few $100s up to like $1,000. Mine are, I think, $200. So it's like money and time. You just have to put like yourself, your everything into it. That's what that's what I did. And I would wake up. This would be my schedule. I'd wake up at 6 in the morning, go to school around 7. Then I would come from school. I would do my homework. Then I'll have a client. Then I would do some more homework, eat, have a client, and then go to sleep. And that would be like every day nonstop. So you just have to really dedicate yourself a lot to what you want and your dream or whatever you want to accomplish. No matter what your dream is, never be afraid to of others hurting your dream or people are not gonna like people not agreeing with your dream because a lot of people didn't agree with what I'm doing. They didn't understand it. My relatives, I think my grandma doesn't really fully know exactly what's going on still. So people don't really always agree with what. So I would say just don't be afraid because success is on the other side of fear, and fear is always going to stop you from achieving it. So if you're getting married, right here. If you're getting married, just call me up. I'll do your hair for your wedding. If you need a haircut, just call me up.